Here we go. We are back. Finally, it's been a long time coming. I do not think I have vlogged in 3 weeks now. So apologies, but if everything goes according to my plan, you should notice because I am pre-recording these so that I can post 2 a week for hopefully a very long time. The only difference will be that you see my hair growing longer and, you know, whatever. So much to discuss, so much to catch up on, so much to talk about. The main reason why, and I feel like I've said this before, I haven't vlogged in that long is because after the last video I made here, I had a little bit of a down period. You know, right after I got back from Belgium, it was awesome, it was great. I hope that reflected in the videos I made. The thing with like having a lot of time between recordings is also that I don't really remember the things I talked about last time since it's been weeks. So it would be interesting for you guys to see, and maybe you can call me on my bullshit when I stated something and presented something as like an absolute fact, but then later on I say the opposite. So it's gonna be interesting. The reason I'm walking is because I just had still a pretty significant meal, still on the cut by the way, still on the diet, yes sir, but I need my food to kind of digest and drop before I get to the gym, so I'm not taking my bike. And that brings me to the next topic. I feel like, guys, I'm sorry, I feel like I'm doing a terrible job with this video, but we're just gonna keep going, we're gonna roll with it, fuck it. I changed gyms. It was time. The gym that I went to in my first 4 months here, it served me well. It did what it had to do. But in the end, it just wasn't sufficient. There just wasn't enough equipment really to fully, you know, maximize my potential, I feel. And the gym that I signed up now is actually the gym that I've been going to a few times. Like, you've seen me in there. It's called Arnold's Gym. I've mentioned it and showed it before. It's the one that I like to call the hybrid between Planet Fitness and Gold's Gym. And it's a lot further out. It's a couple of kilometers from my house, but it is just absolutely amazing. It's like by far the best gym. By the way guys, this place is really good to eat. Nikan, really good day menu. Nikan, N-I-C-A-N in Roma Norte. For like 150 pesos or even less, you can have like a delicious menu. Starts at 1 p.m. though, not earlier. So yeah, sign up to Arnold's Gym. It's a lot further out, but it is so incredibly good and better. And like the other day, I finally trained legs there for the first time, because all the other times I went, it was usually on a Sunday or like I wanted to get like a nice chest pump, so I never did legs there. And dear Lord, their leg department is just insane. They have everything a real Gold's Gym has. Anything you can imagine, they have it. So yeah, at some point you gotta like ask yourself, am I really gonna continue to go to an inferior gym to basically save maybe 20 minutes in a day? Like, what the fuck is 20 minutes in a day in total, right? Especially as it pertains to building the best physique that we possibly can. Anywho, I'm gonna try to skid the street. I feel like it's loud as hell out here. So I can do it. So yeah, another reason why I didn't want to record too much, because like I said, I had like a little drop in enthusiasm when I got back, and I feel like I stressed the whole point about like it's hard and it takes long to move to another spot. I feel like I've made that point sufficiently, and the last thing I want to do with this series is to scare you guys off and to make you feel like it's just always bad and shitty and get that. And you know, I just didn't want to whine, basically. So the last 2 weeks have been pretty damn amazing. Like I really feel like I've taken that next big step as it pertains to social life and activities. Last weekend, I was invited on a camping trip with a bunch of local people, all Mexican people, the most awesome group you could ever imagine, like legitimately just wonderful people. And they invited me to go camping in a place called Los Dinamos, which is like a 30-minute car ride out of the city, and it's actually really beautiful and super wild in nature. It feels like you're out in the middle of nowhere in the woods, and it's actually still within the premise of the city, so didn't know about it, and it was a very much needed injection of nature and peace and quiet, and just the feeling of togetherness with the awesome group that invited me. Let me take this opportunity to put in a little video clip of me at the camping site. I briefly thought about vlogging, but I quickly decided against it because I just don't want to be like, finally the motherfucking gringo gets invited, the big tall pale white dude with blue eyes, and then he's gonna bring his fucking camera and film the whole thing for his YouTube channel. Like, it's the last thing I wanted to do. I wanted to just blend in, you know, keep a low profile, and to be one of the gang instead of making it into an experience, you know, like, so. But I did obviously make a few clips, so I'll just show you those clips right now to give you guys the vibes from last weekend's camping trip.
Hola, Loren. Según yo esto...
Vamos, Oscar. Qué hombre, ¿no?
¡Qué hombre! Exacto. What? Espera, ¿qué? Bueno, sí, mejor los pongo porque hay que cortar. Entonces el perca, o sea, sí, está muy bien.
Ah, es que vamos a ver la blanca.
¿Alguien quiere vinito para abrir el vinito?
No mames.
No, pero le falta.
Yo siempre le
Y esto no trae abre lata.
A ver, hacemos.
Bueno, abre botella.
para ver, parto más palitos, parto el otro pan. Pero yo creo que te escapaste también hay más cuadritos. Ah, que se queda.
Oye, no trae ¿qué tipo de coche? ¿Tu trocito? ¿O abre?
Sí, está de mochila. Como somos muchos, nos vamos a poner en dos.
¿Qué es esto?
La tablita. ¿Eso poner la tablita?
¿Dónde?
¿Eso poner la tablita o algo más le ponemos?
Es que está. Ah, pues sí, la tablita pensaba, pero.
Pues sí, ¿no?
Pero no sé si es un trapo.
All right. That's a top to top turning up. So yeah, that was the camping trip. It was just spectacular. I also indulged in some new experiences. Experimented with some things I hadn't done before. You guys can read between the good old lines. It was magical, it was spiritual, and I am so glad that I took that opportunity to just, really connect with nature and connect with those people at that moment in time. Sorry guys, just gotta mind traffic here a little bit. I feel like, yeah. All right. Let's go. So, camping trip was amazing. Hopefully, I'll be able to follow through on those new connections I made, those new friends I made, and the main thing I wanted to mention about all that, because you might be wondering, like, how did you end up with that group? So, and this is so vital to the series and what it's all about. The friend of, wait, how do I say this? The person who invited me to join the trip was a friend of a person. She is the friend of the guy that I met at a party early on in my stint here. So about 2.5, 3 months ago, I made this connection with this guy at a party. His name is Angel. We hung out. I went out to him to tell him, dude, I love your shirt. It's just like compliment his fashion. And he actually said, he's like, dude, I've been meaning to tell you all night, I love your shirt, but I was too shy to do it. So I love that you come up to me and tell me that. And then we just bonded and proceeded to get a little bit fucked up together, and we had a good night. And then, as with many other connections I've made here, I didn't really see him for a very long time. It wasn't anything bad or negative, it's just, it's hard following up on these leads, basically, following up on these people. But so then, we bumped into each other again at a birthday party, second time, and then finally, I was invited through him, but the person that was organizing it, I didn't even really know that well, but it was all because of Angel, really. So the point I'm trying to make is, it takes time. It takes so much time. And you have to plant those seeds and water those seeds, and some of those flowers take, a while to grow. And some of those flowers may never blossom, but some of them will, so you have to keep going. And so that encounter months ago resulted in me having an absolute awesome weekend and basically meeting 10 people at once in a very intimate setting. So just remember that, it might take some time, but just hang in there. Alright, that's what I wanted to say. Then, aside from the camping trip, this is gonna be funny. You guys remember I was complaining about my roommate so much. I even put out a video, I think, that's called I Have the Worst Roommates in the World. So, some things changed, some people left, you know, whatever. And in the end, one of the people, honestly, I didn't really have a relationship with. And it was just kind of like, you know, fuck this shit, fuck you. Some things got shaken up. I guess some things kind of got reset. And after I came back from Belgium, I basically forged this whole new connection with a roommate I was already living with for like 2 months. And we became pretty close over the past 3 weeks. And, you know, I would definitely call him a friend now. And we've been hanging out and doing things like literally every other day. Like, every other day. Crazy. And, you know, going back on how I felt about him, I was, you know, probably had a very, you know, due to circumstances, sure, certainly also due to myself, I felt some type of way. And now I'm like, so happy to have him live with me, you know? And I'm so happy to be able to spend time with him because I think he's an awesome fucking dude. And we can really talk, we can have amazing conversations. And I'm very grateful for the last 3 weeks with this guy. It sounded kind of, this sounded a little bit weird, but hey, you know what I'm saying, right? And so, you know, just once again, want to kind of remind myself that things can change, situations can change, and it's always best to try to keep an open mind and to not write people off. So there you go. One of the really cool things we did is 2 days ago, I woke up and I was just like, man, I wanna like take more advantage of the city. What the fuck is wrong with you, motherfucker? Jesus. It irks me. I was not even on the fucking street anymore. Like, dude, why you gotta honk, man? Yeah. In these moments, you can go quick. I can go from 0 to 100 real quick. Like, I feel like this, get that. I feel like this urge ready to fucking kill somebody. But it's all good. So I woke up and I was like, I want to take more advantage of the city. And one of the best things about Mexico City is the incredible amount of absolute A-list artists that they get here performing live. Like, any big artist from the States doing a world tour is gonna drop by in Mexico City. And I checked what was happening that day, and lo and behold, motherfucking Lana Del Rey was performing on Wednesday. So I was like, shit, man, I love Lana Del Rey. Especially that whole album, Born to Die, because that was one of the albums that came out around the time when I was in the hospital with my cancer. I remember really listening to Born to Die and Young and Beautiful on repeat. My mom, she also loves that song because of me, because I always used to put it on. So I was like, dude, you wanna go? You wanna just fucking YOLO it out and do it? He was like, fuck yeah. And we invited our other roommate that just joined, and we went, the three of us went to Lana Del Rey in concert in a whole arena. and it was absolutely insane. It was magical. It was beautiful. It was a very, very impactful experience to me, and it really like, yeah, you know, the half a bottle of vodka definitely had something to do with it, but it had a real profound impact on me, and you know, it was just, I don't know, I haven't felt that young in so long. Also because I've been on this diet, I've been on this cut for 6 weeks now, and I haven't been drinking, like not a drop of alcohol in 6 weeks. So then, you know, I got on the old vodka against better judgment, because I really shouldn't drink vodka, because I can't, because it makes you turn into a demon. But I did. I said, you know what, fuck it. I did, and nothing happened, no dramas happened, no fights, no apologies needed the next day. Just pure raw energy and party, and you know, a glorious feeling of fun and living in the moment. So yeah, it was awesome. All right, I walked all the way to this bike station. It's, you know, actually it's like the old gym I used to go to. What's up, Tati? The old gym I used to go to is right there, but so the other gym is a little bit further out. So I feel like this vlog has gone on long enough. Gonna grab the bike, get to the gym. Might make some videos there. There's one last thing I wanted to say. Oh yeah, let me show you guys a little bit of footage from me at the Lana Del Rey concert, drunk as hell, singing, shouting along, and just, you know, like having the time of my life. Let that be a nice little outro for you guys. Thanks for watching. I'll be back soon. Hit the thumbs up. I love you guys. Peace out. Lana Del motherfucking Rey, 2023 Mexico City, baby. Hey, Dama, let's get a little bit closer. Let's go. It's all for you, everything I do, tell you all the time.